DosBrosComiX here, and we're showing you our set for the Orange Explorer. And the story of this will be revealed in the episode, so I'm not going to give it away. I'm just going to take you through the design choices for the set. So, we wanted to continue the Mars mission style of LEGO sets, so lots of orange and white and light grays, but we also wanted to add some black so it seemed like the second generation. So that's the color choices for this set. Now, we knew we wanted the control, this is the bridge of the spaceship, and we knew we wanted that to be a pretty large set. So we grabbed a 48 by 48 base plate and needed to cover it in white. So the walls were pretty easy. We have these nice large white panels, and then for some detailing we added a thick column here and a thick one in this corner, and also this entrance and exit. So that was enough kind of wall detail. And then we realized we didn't have enough white plates to cover the base, so the way we got around that is like this. We either use bricks, as shown here, or we use these studs, which we have a lot of, and whatever plates we have left we can just put on those. And that way, first of all, we get depth. So this gray is actually the base plate. Everything is raised up, and that gives it a tiny bit of depth, which looks pretty neat. So you have those stairs going down to those bays. So that bay is like helmet storage, spacesuit readiness, and that one is tools. So you can see on either side here we have some control panels, and these control panels are larger and more detailed because this is kind of where main navigation occurs. And also, this is the focus, that's in the background, but you know. This pathway is smaller for the same reason. There's a little bit of control, but not nearly as much as here. So you have minifigures standing, facing this way and that way. And then you have the bridge, the actual raised part where the captain sits. Now the captain has this really neat chair, which swivels. It looks really comfy, but it can also support him with his armor piece, with these bits in the back. And here he can send out memos to the crew with this smaller screen, and then with this larger one he can actually steer the ship if he needs. But he doesn't usually need to do that. And this screen is larger, accordingly. Now, over here we have, first of all, some background greebling that we put together just because it looked kind of plain on its own. So we decided to try make some pipe type looking futuristic elements, and they don't super fit in, but it's good enough for a background. So this mini map is actually navigations, and this guy, I don't remember his name, is holding a blue tablet that's kind of interfacing with the big map. And so this is supposed to be a hologram of the planet they're going to. So that's navigation. This is a navigation screen. This whole area is navigation. So navigation. But then this guy is actually checking his email, which he's not supposed to be doing. That's why he has this kind of expression like, you know. And so he's blocking it. But yeah, he's checking his email during work. Yeah, not super great. And the rest of these are targeting screens. And that's because we had a lot of those, and also because the ship has to blast asteroids out of its way. Because, you know, for safety and stuff. Mars mission, as far as I'm aware, didn't actually have shields, but they had lots of cannons. So instead of having shields for asteroids, the spaceships have blasters. Speaking of spaceships, there's a point at which the mini model, like the zoomed out view of the ship, appears. And it looks like this. So this ship was kind of an interesting design. It started out a lot more long, so this end protruded a lot more, this was a lot skinnier. But then we saw this and kind of thought it looked cool, like this, so we kept it. So in the back here we have the main engines, and then main control, the bridge kind of area, which is where this is taking place. This is taking place up here. And then off to the sides we just have more lights, because this is a really large ship. And we wanted there to be windows on all sides. So the ship is built kind of interestingly. I might do instructions later if you're interested. But there's a circular piece on the inside, and that makes it so the angled pieces don't have any kind of overhang with the middle. Just some interesting geometry stuff. And then on top here, it's a little bit plain, but just the circle seemed like a good balance between studs and flat. So that's the ship. This hallway is actually a decoy hallway, and so the way it's built, it looks like it actually does go somewhere. But in reality, from the outside of the set, this is how it looks. So this curved wall here, and then it just ends. And we built this wall before we built the actual walkways, which is why the hallway doesn't have black as the floor. That, and also, it would have been slightly more difficult to make this floor black. Not too bad, but at that point we just decided, let's go animate. So yeah, that's the Orange Explorer. Thanks for watching.